What is going on, guys, and welcome on in. Today I have one of y'all's most requested video guides, and that is a gold farming slash gold making guide, tips and tricks, tutorial, whatever have you, okay? So this was the most requested. If you guys have any other stuff you'd like to see, please leave them in the comments below as per usual. But real fast, guys, a lot of y'all, I think you watch my videos, you see that I always have somewhere from like 80 to 100 plus million gold. Car, how do you make that much gold? How can I do that as well? Well, number one thing, guys, is my gold is just really from saving and, of course, taking advantage like the hunt events. If you craft to an extent, roll a lot of gear, or spend your gold for shop refreshes, which you should be doing, you're just naturally gonna spend a lot of gold that way, and you won't be able to save this much, okay? Recently, I've spent about 40-50 mil, I think, mostly on shop refreshing for Mystics for like 80 Marrow, Covs for Politis, and then saving up, of course, for the group banner this week. But if you're crafting a lot of gear, which you should be, and you're shop refreshing, you're just not going to have a lot of gold. So you don't really want to stockpile. If anything, you should try to pick, hey, this month maybe I want to focus more on summoning, or so you're going to shop refresh, or you want to focus more on improving your gear, in which case you do a lot of crafting and rolling. In which case, by the way, I might touch a little bit on gear crafting tips, because that is how you can save some gold, but I plan to make an entire video over it because that topic is very in-depth and we need to spend some time on it specifically, okay? But real quick to cover on the shop refreshing, guys, of course, most of y'all should know, if you're summoning, and you have the gold, you want to be shop refreshing for Mystic and Covenant. It's the most efficient way. Of course, if you are low on gold, just make sure you buy the 10x pack. Don't ever do single Cov summons or whatever summons. Always buy the 10x pack, but if you can and have gold, of course, shop refresh, because you'll get Mystics and stuff along the way. It's better. You get more for your Skystone. You just have to spend gold as the kicker. All right? Next up, guys, let's go. I mentioned earlier, hunt events. So, of course, this is also something I've said in many videos. Always take advantage of the hunt events. Just so you guys know, if you're brand new, I expect we might get one this week, guys. Smilegate hasn't said anything just yet, but you can usually expect a hunt event once a month. And I say the word expect because it is never guaranteed. Like the free unequip is guaranteed at the end of every month. Hunt events are kind of just whenever they want to give it to us. However, they're usually pretty generous, and you can expect one once a month. So expect one possibly as early as this week, because they're starting all the Valentine's stuff. We see the holiday packs, and usually they'll like to do a hunt event during that. If not, we can probably expect one at the end of the month. What does that mean for you? Well, if you're brand new, the hunt events give the, I believe, comment below, guys, if you know the exact amount. I think 30-40% bonus gold. It's not 100%, but it is the best way to get gold, period. Farm is the highest hunt you can, typically Wyvern 11, 12, 13, right? Get your fastest team. Save up all those leaves and energy like like I'm stockpiling here, and then just grind out as many as possible. Make sure you have all your buffs active, guys. You don't need the monthlies if you're free to play, but at least make sure you're getting the free gold guide, or not guide, the free gold buff from your guild, okay? If you're not in a good guild, guys, unfortunately, we're filling up very quickly, but if you still want to try, join us on the Discord, stop by the live stream. I can get you in one of our 7 guilds, maybe. I actually need to start up another one because we just have so many people joining. So if your guild is not giving you the buffs, make sure you join them. You can also get the 1 hour free gold buff daily for the rep rewards, but sometimes I forget that. Just make sure you have your buffs, as many as possible, stacking. And the last thing I'll mention about the hunt event, guys, is one more time with the energy here. Just go ahead. You may not have the monthlies. If you do have them, of course, they are unlimited. I just, as you can see here, I just save them as long as possible. But for my free-to-play players that don't have the monthly pack, if they say, just keep an eye on the E7 news. If you need access to all that, it's on my Discord. But, subscribe to their Discord, their YouTube. They'll usually tell us about the hunt event a couple days in advance, a week in advance or so, in which case you can start saving all the energy from your guild, from your web events, things like that, right? You remember, they store up to 7 days your gifts for just logging in daily. They save here, so if you expect a hunt event soon, just keep it in your mailbox for now unless you really need it, because you don't want to be overstacking like I am doing here. Of course, someone's going to call me out on that, because you want to be using your daily free refresh energy, right? That's 154 free refreshing energy, and if you overcap, it's not going to stack, of course. And that's the last thing we'll talk about with the hunt event. Next up, guys, for gold making tips, farming, well, if you want to save some gold, guys, invest in a good lobby pet as soon as possible. Now, don't 4-star, triple S, get the perfect lobby pet in the beginning, because it is very, very expensive. It's more of a luxury. The most cost efficient is to pick 2 S rank skills, and you can get that at rank or 3 stars, not even level 30. Okay, so try to avoid, because triple S'ing, 4-starring can be very RNG. A lot of investment. You want to just go for the 2 S ranks when you can. Now the good ones, in my opinion, if we're talking about purely just saving gold, anything with equipment enhanced. Now you know, this doesn't specifically say gold, and there is an equipment enhanced reduction cost. So if you want to actually see the gold being saved, pick like the equipment enhanced cost instead of the equipment enhanced XP. However, if you, right guys, if the quicker you upgrade stuff, you're spending less charms and other fodder into leveling. So this also inadvertently saves you some gold. But if you want to specifically save, there's a unenhanced cost or equipment enhanced cost reduction as well. I think this is one of the best ones, 10% gold from selling equipment, in which case I'm also going to go ahead and talk about this here. Guys, when you're farming, let's say you're selling your gear, you will want to save some conversion mats for, of course, rolling like your right side pieces, speed particularly. Like, guys, you should be equipment converting all your speed boots, things like that. But you want to get a healthy amount of, like, just convert some blue hit sets, crit sets if you're not using them, so that way you can get the weekly charms from your blacksmith, right? Otherwise, guys, red gear, even speed gear, it's more cost efficient to sell them instead of converting them into the ice cube equipment conversion materials. Okay, you get way more gold, more bang for your buck if you sell that, and then even more so if you have this 10% gold from selling equipment. So to recap real fast, right? Convert enough, you know, let's say blue and pink speed pieces if that's what you're going for. Convert some pieces just randomly for crap sets you don't need to get your charms from your weekly blacksmith, and then the rest vendor that to get a lot of gold. That's where a lot of your gold income is going to come from. So on top of having this lobby pet for the gold selling, your hunt pet should have the S rank or as high rank as you can for the additional equipment drops. Like I said, guys, that's one of the biggest ways to get gold is vendoring that stuff, selling it back. Okay, last but not least, I have the equipment enhanced great success chance. This is not really for gold, but like I said, if you enhance gear faster, right, you're spending less charms and other fodder, equipment fodder into leveling your gear, which does save you some gold in the long run. But I believe there might be some other enhanced costs, but really get the 10% gold, get anything with equipment enhanced XP if you like that, any additional equipment enhanced reductions, and just avoid the flat enhance. If you see something that says enhanced experience or something like that, make sure it says equipment. Otherwise, it's going to count towards foddering like penguins and things like that, and you really don't need that at all. Okay, so both the lobby pet, get 2 S rank skills of your choice. I really recommend the gold from selling, and then make sure your hunt pet has the additional gear drops. That's going to be a lot of gold income that you're missing out on. So at least, guys, push for rank 2 S rank skills, hunt pet and lobby pet, and then later on you can get triple S level 40. Okay, after the pets, guys, let's go ahead and briefly cover over equipment rolling and things like that. Okay, so let me find a random piece of gear here. A lot of times, and like I said, I'm gonna make this its own video, but I'll just basically cover the essentials. You got to just start to understand what gear is worth investing into, because a lot of your gold is being wasted on rolling maybe subpar pieces. Now this is the hard part. This is going to come with knowledge and experience, and hopefully my next video will help you with that. But you really only want to invest in worthwhile pieces. So this piece right here in particular, you might consider, it depends on the player as well as what you're going for, where you're at. For me, this is definitely worth rolling. It's a red piece of gear. Although it's not hit set, or sorry, speed set, it is a hit set with effectiveness, health, and 4 speed. So pretty clearly this could be insane. But if it's any worse, right, typically if you're not going for speed, stuff like that, you want to just go for high subs, relevant subs, and only invest in gear that you need at the moment. Store the rest for later. You kind of just need to learn what to roll for, but that saves a lot of gold. Try not to get baited into bad pieces of gear, and that's going to come with knowledge, and hopefully, like I said, I can help you out with that a little bit. Okay, so next gold saving tip, TLDR, invest wisely and only roll on pieces of gear that are worth it. A lot of people will free pieces of gear that have good subs, which is most of them, like the health sets, the free attack sets, crit sets, the Nixie lab set, arena gear. Those can be worth, and they're worthwhile because all the subs are already on point. But if you guys are fishing for a lot of like hoping to get lucky on like one piece of substat, it's usually not worth it. All right. And then the last 2 tips that I have for you guys, they'll we'll cover them very briefly because they're not major or anything like that. But let's say the hunt event is not around, or you have the double spirit altar event and you haven't been farming up your flurry, your Raws, all that, the Momo, all the skill trees and things like that. After hunt event, the altar is the next best way to get gold, in my opinion. I think just efficiently, numbers wise, it is the best way. So farm a lot of this. If you need to cover up or make up a lot of missing runes that you've been using up, farm in here, especially during the double drop rate event. The reason that it's worse than hunt is I think just it drops less gold in general. It also doesn't have the equipment drops, and it also doesn't have the hunt plus bonus gold that happens during the events. However, it is the next best way. So if you just need some gold, and you can also double dip, and you need some altar runes, make sure you hang out in here, okay? After that, guys, the last tip, of course, is this is mostly for once you hit the mid game. Maybe now that there's the auto tower and you can use Stigma, try not to spend Stigma there if you can avoid it, guys. Tower is generally easy. You don't really need to be spending Stigma unless you're trying some crazy stuff. And most veteran players or players that are watching, if you reach a certain point, you'll have a crap ton of Stigma, as you can see here. I've been trying to push for some way to get multiple penguins because, guys, this takes forever. However, there's not much other use for Stigma besides upgrading, what, 3 stars? The Holo Trials, or sorry, not Holo Trials, the Auto Tower revives, healing. So if you really need to dig deep, just put aside 30 minutes and just spam click this penguin summon. It's actually a pretty good way of gold. You'll get some green transmits along the way. And like I said, you're just going to farm up a crap ton of this. So a very good way to get extra gold. And if I converted all of this into penguins, I'll get a lot more transmits, a lot more gold. It just takes a lot of time and it's kind of annoying to do. But it's a good source if you weren't aware of that. All right. With that being said, guys, if I missed any tips, please let me know. I would like to learn more, and maybe other people in the comments can learn as well. Other than that, like I said, let me know what other guides you want to see. Expect the equipment, a brief equipment guide covering like what subs, what things to look out for. Those are very troublesome, or not troublesome, but tricky to make into a comprehensive video. So we might have to do multiple parts, but I will do one soon. Other than that, guys, I think thank you so much for watching. The support has been insane. I will catch y'all in the next one, okay? Peace out, everybody.